This is what if Naruto had his kekkei genkai. And if you look over here, this is the person who who asked for it. Shout out to you. He explained the abilities, which is the ability to steal and take, which is essentially the ability to absorb and take others' stamina, strength, regenerative ability, and stamina. I don't know if I said all of them. Also, I will be making him an Uchiha because I like having some dojutsus around. He has a special Sharingan because he also because his kekkei genkai. And basically, how I'm gonna do this is essentially the higher stage he has of this Sharingan, the more he can steal. But this is the final form. When he reaches this form, he can steal and absorb as much power as he wants. That's how I'm gonna do it. Okay? That's how I'm placing the kekkei genkai into play. Okay, guys? Anyways, let's get into it. The villagers just got done beating him. May I add, he still has the full 9 tails. It's just this time Kushina had 50% Uchiha cells, but they didn't know because they were dormant. Anyways, back into it. The villagers were attacking him, and he got knocked out and this is his 4th birthday, and he wakes up and meets the Nine Tails. He says that I'm the reason for your pain, and that made him angry enough. Also, may I add, he already had this, but they just assumed it was just the Kiwi's chakra, but now he awakened the first Tomoe. Once he gains the first Tomoe is when he starts getting the abilities. And then he feels this urge to go to the Nine Tails and touch the cage. And he's essentially, since the seal, I'm going to say the seal is linked with the Reaper, so he absorbs some of the Reaper's power. He takes some of the Reaper's power and takes some of Kurama's power. And may I add, when he takes it, it's like a permanent change, and Kurama's power gets delinked from the 10 tails. And the more he uses it, the more higher he is. He instantly gains the 2nd tier, just because he absorbed enough power to gain the 2nd tier. It's gonna take a bit. And by the way, he will go through basically, he will go through all the Mangekyo stages on this in this order exactly, in the exact order from of the Mangekyous. Anyways, now that that's been settled, okay, we're gonna do a time, and he figures out about this power, and he reads up on the Uchiha and how when an Uzumaki mixes with an Uchiha and Namikaze's kekkei genkai, it creates a special Sharingan that can go up to, how many is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 Tomoes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 7. And then that's 7. So 14. Yeah, 14 Tomoes. And how each Tomoe allows him to do... Actually, no. 13 Tomoes. Because technically this one doesn't have a Tomoe. Anyways, essentially, he finds out that he is probably that because it gives them the ability to steal power, stamina, strength, but it requires the higher state, and the higher the stage, the more he can do. And when he awakened it, he gained black hair, and he essentially is gonna look like this when he's old. Just think of a kid version of this guy. Anyways, no, or at least that's what he looks like now. Anyways, this is gonna. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. I forgot to tell you to like and subscribe, and if you want more, just comment down below. Anyways, back to the video. He gets beaten, and he goes to and this time, and may I add, right now he's befriended Kurama, because Kurama is quite scared of the special Sharingan, And when Kurama gave him some of, as well as may I add, he's been stealing some of the villagers' power. And I'm gonna say it's 8, so we do a 4-year time skip. He's been training the whole time, and he has gained the 6th Tomoe, which essentially means that the first one allows him to steal chakra and stuff like, and then second, basically each of the first few are him being able to steal and absorb, but then it's just getting stronger after that. Right now, he's at the 6th Tomoe. Anyways, we're gonna continue. He has been working on it, but no one knows about it yet. This time, she didn't massacre the clan. Anyways, time to continue. He goes to the academy, and he has Hiruzen sign him up for the academy. He goes to Hiruzen and says, "I'm tired of being weak. Can you send me to the academy?" Even though at this point, the Ninetales he has stolen like 50% of the Ninetales chop power, and I'd say 0.005% of the Shinigami's power, because the Shinigami has a ridiculous power reserve if he's able to easily scare the Ninetales like that. And I'm gonna say that that's what he took, and he gained the 6th Tomoe. Anyways, Hiruzen says no, maybe next year, because he knows that the villagers will not allow him to go to the academy, and he gets very, 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 very mad at this, and says, "You know what?" He flares the 6th Tomoe, and Hiruzen's like, what is that? And then he touches Hiruzen and steals his power. Like, he steals like 75% of Hiruzen's stamina, chakra, strength, and all that. And then he gains the 7 Tomo, and he gains every release now. And he gains every one of the basic 5. So right now he's at the 7 Tomo. Anyways, we're gonna do a time skip to the first. No, we're gonna do a spar. I'm gonna say that he's cocky and that Menma and Mito are there, but people know that Menma and Mito are there. But they each have 0.5% of the Ninetales. And they both try. And then it's a 3v3 is what Iruka says, but this time he says Menma, it's gonna be Naruto, Sakura, and versus Sasuke, Uchiha, and Menma and Mito is the first fight. And he says, "No, I'll do the fight on my own." But he says, "Wait, but they're all prodigies. I don't care, let me do it." I'm gonna say that he activates his classic 3 Tomo, but he cannot go past 3 Tomo, and he only has his own Mangekyu. And he says, "Oh, you're gonna be the most annoying." And then he beats Menma and Mito with Fire Release, Phoenix Flat, or Tech Jutsu, and he cannot beat Sasuke without his Dojutsu. So he wants to steal all of Sasuke's power for what he's doing. And he activates his 7 Tomo, and he's like, "What? But you're not an Uchiha, and why does it go past 3? And he says, "Actually, I'm the only one who has Uchiha genes in my family besides my mother." Wait, what? When Namikaze, Uchiha, and Uzumaki blood mixes, it has the smallest chance of getting it. I'm the only one that was born with it. What? Right now, I'm at the 7 Tomo, and thanks to me absorbing your Sharingan DNA bloodline limit, you have gotten me. The 9 Tomoe Sharingan. Because the Sharingan, the more Sharingan energy I have, the better. The Uchiha Massacre, actually no, the Uchiha Massacre has happened by now, because I'm gonna say that it wasn't actually not gonna happen. I'm gonna say it was held back about a month, and this is like 3 months after they just got done with. Right now he's at the 9 Tomoe. And he's getting very mad, like very, very mad about it. Like Sasuke's very, very mad. They fight. He just steals all of Sasuke's power after knocking him at. Oh, he only got like 50%, and that just gets him straight, like halfway to unlocking the 10 Tomo. Then he says, "Who wants to go next?" And then he does it to the whole class, and by now he has the 11 Tomo. It's like they have to gain. And the more they train, the more power they have for him to steal back. It's not like they get their power back from training, but when they train, that he can just steal it again, and their potential gets reset. So it's essentially like an infinite power farm for him. He also gains that the other person's amount of potential added into his own. So yeah, and then we're gonna skip another while. He meets the 8 Tails. The 8 Tails, because he actually has all 9 Biju. I just didn't want to say it because he's also the reincarnation of Indara and Ashara and Hagoromo, but he also has his kekkei genkai. Anyways, and it's not going to be another of them. Anyways, he, due to this, that's why he actually might gain the Rinnegan and split that, but still. This is his own Mangekyu, which will be the last Mangekyu before he starts getting anything better. Anyways, he has now taken a lot of the least power, and it's finally, and I mean finally, how many? He finally has the 13 Tomoe. What? And now, to get on his Mangekyu or Eternal Mangekyu road, he just needs that dramatic experience, which he did get. His sister Mito died during a mission because, may I add, it's a time skip, so I'm gonna say he's now 12. They do their, actually no, the bell test happens, and this time, Mito dies and gets killed by accident by Kakashi, and this makes him very mad as they got to be good friends. He awakens the second Mangekyu, Obito, and he uses Kamui to get behind Kakashi and zap him of his energy. But since he had one of Obito's Mangekyus and it was so much, he got, let's see here, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He gets to this one. He gets to that one because of how much power the Obito's Mangekyu boosted him. He gets to that one. He uses that to then beat Kakashi to a bloody pulp and win. Anyways, we're gonna get into the how everything else goes tomorrow, and he won't be wrecking everyone. I will probably make some OCs. Anyways, cliffhanger no Jitsu.